Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Okay, so this is it. If you watched my CK2 session yesterday, you'll know that I am trying out RTX voice in this session to see if it does indeed hold true and muffle the sound of my clicky keyboard and mouse. Should do, because I've done a test run, but now we're just testing the performance whilst using the software. Seems to be fine. I mean, it's not the most graphically intense game by all admission, but so far so good. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, here we are once again. We are on the beach here of Velario's Rest, where we have washed up after our ship got a bit battered in a storm. So, yeah. Rather disappointingly, after sacrificing a deckhand to try and get hold of some of our old equipment, we ended up with a rather paltry affair. Just some gloves, killer's gloves, which we are of course wearing after going to all that trouble, and some other stuff, I think, some thieves' putty and oil of allure, which I'm sure Fedoran wouldn't admit to taking when partaking in important conversations. He wouldn't need such a thing, he says, wiping his lips from any trace of it. And I figured out from the last session also, Hylia's bounty. This is a meal that we got for doing Hylia's option in the last game. Even though we didn't accept her mission, we still chose her option. So we get this, and this actually lasts. I was thinking, where's the timer? It lasts until the next available rest, so this is actually pretty good. If we don't rest for a while, these bonuses will last for quite some time. So pretty handy. 3 uses and then it's done. So that's quite handy for that. Bronze Pledge we get, I think, because we got the first game. It's just the ring. We had this in the first game, actually. It's just a healing ring, which is quite handy. Adair's given us one of his potions of minor healing, and as he did, perhaps just poking out of his pack, Fedoran couldn't help but notice some flipping drugs. Leaf of all things. But hey-ho, who knows what he got up to in his time away. He has spent time, if you remember the ending of the first game, in the night market. There's also a bit of a blurb about that here, which you can pause and read at your leisure. But yeah, Mr. Adair isn't so sweet and innocent, eh? Okay, so that's a little bit about that. One last thing that I had, 2 more things that I'm just doing these little bits of reading kind of piecemeal. I haven't read everything about the mechanics because I'll just kind of read about them when they crop up. But yeah, when it comes to your proficiencies with weapons, it doesn't determine how good you are with them. All it determines is whether or not you get these extra little bonuses. So like, he's proficient with shields and sabers, so he gets the block ability, which increases his resistance against weapons, but increases his recovery time. Quite a good tanky kind of mode. But with windmills, if we want extra penetration, you can have that at the cost of recovery time also. So it's just a couple of little modes that you get if you're proficient with these weapons. If you're not proficient, you just don't get the special modes, which is fine and dandy. Fedoran's special mode for his rod, or scepter rather, is extra damage applied if he deals raw damage to himself. Yeah, he won't be doing that. Injuring himself? I don't think so. That's something that he's not down with. And finally then, Grimoires. Well, how do Grimoires work in this whole damn thing? Well, apparently, Grimoires contain a variety of different spells, and I think you can have more than one grimoire in your inventory at a time. You learn spells as you level up as well, but if you don't know the spell that in your own in your own head, you'll actually get to cast spells from your grimoire that you don't have. So like, we can cast Arcane Assault as well because we don't know that, but it's in our grimoire. We already have Miniletter's minor missiles, so if we'd have picked a different spell to start with, we would have had a choice of 3. As it is, we've now only got a choice of 2 because we already know that. Never mind, it's the luck of the draw, isn't it? So we'll have to pay special attention to the grimoires now, because some might contain spells that we really want, and it will determine what kind of grimoires we put in our inventory. It's quite a handy little thing. So there you go, there's a little bit about what I've learned since the last session. So now, onwards with this one. How are we going to proceed from here?
Sure. Eh?
Okay, trying to check in with Susie. Susie's got nothing to say, apparently. Adair might, but we'll speak to him later. And I can't help but notice, lying face down in the sand, what looks to be one of our crewmates. Possibly pretty much dead. Yep, dead. Kind of feel bad, but hey ho, he won't be needing this anymore, will he? And then also... what's that? Fedoran sensing.
Hope the rest of those sodden bastards made it.
The apparition of one of the fallen.
Leave it to me.
Some copper pans and some ale. So alcohol, here we go. Good for crew morale, also good for drinking yourself. Dark and sweet malted ale, a shipboard staple, as it keeps better than water. Value trade item, often favoured over foreign currency as a medium of exchange. Is that so? We'll have to see what Fedoran's favourite tipple is, won't we? I've got a sneaking suspicion I know what it might be. Right, we got a small shield. Okay, where's Adair? Come on.
Well, don't see why not.
Stood there looking out to sea. What do you think you're doing?
Yeah?
Kind of forgot it's a party-based game. Bit rusty, you see. Right. Just kind of wander around this big rock. Another wandering spirit.
Hey, fancy seeing you here.
The spirit's voice warps and shifts, muted as if by a great distance. Even so, he grins brightly at you.
I can't see much of anything, really, apart from you. Just endless gray. What happened?
Well, the ship ran aground in the storm. It appears you didn't make it.
Storm? That's strange. You'd think a man would recall a storm. It's like someone cut away a part of my memory. There's just this big black hole. It's weird. I thought death would be different. Big light and so on. But I don't see anything at all. Just you.
Well, I suppose Berath has charged me with guiding souls to the afterlife. So I suppose you're my responsibility now.
Oh. Suppose that sounds nice enough. I'll follow you then, shall I?
Do you fight? Come along if you must. The spirit falls into step behind you, radiating cheer.
Still seeing ghosts, huh? I suppose you're stuck with that.
So are we kind of gathering those spirits, I wonder? Ready to be released when the time is right? Interesting.
No
Right, well, we saw that our ship was up here, so we'll check that out first. There's also some more bodies and some loot and plunder, which Fedoran will personally look through.
Sure.
Just in case there's anything that has been salvaged from our keep in it. So we got some water, which seems quite bland there, and some fire kelp, some spicy ocean weed. A cookery item adding both flavour and colour. And some good old tools.
Help! Somebody! Per Complanca!
Oh, hang on, my dear! I'm coming! Adair, come on, quick! Somebody's alive on the ship! Oh, Adair's not with us, he's too far away. Oh, damn, that's not good. We should have brought him with us here. Oh, no. He's not very athletic. The Defiant is looking far worse for wear after its unexpected landfall. The hull is splintered in several places along the keel, while tattered sails stand as evidence of your battle with the pirates. The deck of the Defiant is well out of reach from here. The ship groans like a beached whale each time the waves roll in, but it doesn't seem to be listing further. You may be able to climb up. Of course we won't be able to climb up, we're not the most athletic. Beckoning Adair over. And now Adair's with us. Right. So, I don't know if we can click on... in it. This is the parties. This is the skill system now. So apparently, yes, a lot of skill checks do count towards the whole party's combined stats. But there are some that do require the stats of a specific individual. So it's a bit of both. So scale the hull by hand. Or use a grappling hook. I mean, it does look quite high. You know what? We'll scale the hull by hand. Oops! Watch it only check. Okay, he won't be scaling it by hand. I was supposed to click the grappling hook. I was going to say, we've had enough calamities for one morning. We'll play it safe for now. One good throw, and the hook sails up and over the rail, catching firmly. A few tugs suggest that the grappling hook should hold fast. We have lost the grappling hook, but it has made the ascent considerably easier. And soon we are climbing over the rail. Oh! Hang on. Awkward moment alert. We are standing before the spirit of the deckhand that we abandoned for a box of supplies. We'd ask Adair to talk to it, but he probably can't see it.
Sure.
Watcher, is that you?
The ghostly figure turns toward you, voice rising eagerly.
It is strange. I see nothing. A grey nothing. What happened? I remember the ship listing under our feet. Something struck me.
Yes, I tried to save you, but I was a step too slow. I do apologize, but there's nothing I could do.
I thought the end would be different. You are a watcher. You would have been our captain. Tell me, where am I to go?
I don't know, but I suppose you're welcome to stick around with me until you can figure that out. It's the least I could do.
Thank you, Watcher. I will stay with you a time, until my path is clear.
Yes, good. Right, and so he fades into somewhere, and she's like, "What are you doing? I'm stuck here. Are you going to help me or what? Sorry, my dear.
Got it.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. What the hell has happened here?"
You're looking better, Casita. That, or I'm worse off than I thought.
The sheen of sweat on her brow and the one cast to her features belies Irena's casual greeting.
It's my leg, Matico. It hurts even worse than it looks.
Her leg bears a bloody gouge along the length of her shin, and the swelling around her knee suggests a nasty break. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We could craft some a splint from some debris. Dr. Fedoran, yes, just bring forth some of this debris here. We could cast a splint from this. I read about this in many medical tomes. Just bear with me. I'm sure I could recall how to do it.
I wasn't planning on going for a run, Casita.
Irena watches you work with obvious relief. Once you're through, she gives the leg a tentative stretch.
It still hurts, but I can manage from here. Agrasima.
Agrasima, indeed. No trouble, says Adoran, who understands exactly what she's saying, of course.
Have you found any of the others yet?
No, unfortunately not any alive, anyhow.
I'll start a fire. If any of the others are out there, hopefully they'll see it and turn up.
Yes, that's a good idea, but please do rest that leg. We don't want any further issue. As she hobbles away. Look at that, Dr. Fedoran on the case. Anything left of our ship? No. Crying shame. Right, Adair, come. See if there's anybody else we can rescue. Why is he not with us again? Oh, he is now, that's fine. Alright, oh, more dead bodies.
Yeah.
We have a leather armor, and we have a Principe hat. Fedoran's first hat, look at this! Oh dear. So great, it doesn't even have a description, just a generic description. Valians are associated with broad-brimmed hats, featuring a variety of exotic plumes. Doesn't look to have any plumes at all, let alone exotic plumes. I don't think Fedoran is quite so eager to place that upon his head, I must admit. Let's give it a test run, shall we? I mean, it is purple, and you can... You know, look at this. We're on a beach stranded with great sunshine beaming upon us. You can get sunstroke. You need to cover your head, but even Fedoran would not be seen with nothing more than a do-rag upon his head. If anything's going to mess up this hair, it's going to have to be an appropriate hat. But today, we don't want you. You're fair-skinned and blonde-haired. Sunstroke and sunburn obviously more prevalent to you than me. You should wear it. I don't want... Yes, you... There we go. Look at that today. You look fantastic. Don't argue.
Yeah?
Got it. Leave it to me.
Ingredients. Of course, can be used to enchant unique weapons, armor and shields, and craft food, scrolls, potions, and other items. Of course, not too dissimilar from the first game. Once we collect a few more, I'll look into crafting in a bit more detail. For now, we don't have a great deal to play with. Okay, and we have our first taste, well actually our second taste of combat. We have a young boar, which I'm sure we're going to task Adair to go and go and prod it and see what's going on. For the time being, though, I just need to adjust something. The auto pause, it paused after ability and long cast. Ability will be fine. Right, off we go.
First.
Just the one ball. Yes. Oops, daisy. So he's attacking that. He shall knock it down using the appropriately named knockdown ability. And of course, we seem to have discipline for the fighters, 3 discipline, and that means we get 3 uses of this, I think. We use, is it Arcana or something, or Focus? Arcane, and we got 2, so I'm guessing we can only use 2 spells. And again, I'm thinking that's per fight? We will soon find out. So he's cast it now and he just pauses just to give us a chance to reflect on what we want to do next. I think that's quite good for now until we get the hang of things. We'll just resort to regular attacks with the old scepter.
Be on seek.
Is he going to... Oh, he's missing. I think he's missing the knockdowns, isn't he? Okay, so it's just a bit of a taster in getting into the old combat. That did seem a little bit on the slow side, though, so we might just have to sort of knock that up a little notch when it comes to combat speed. But we'll sort of...
What do you need?
Judge it as and when we go. I'm also not completely 100% sure about what happens with the health situation compared to the other game, so hopefully that'll give us a bit of a tooltip or a tutorial about that. But oh, and there's the fire. Okay, we'll have a bit of an explore first and then we'll come back to the fire a bit later. After all, we do have a fair bit of time on our hands.
Well, don't see why not.
Isn't there supposed to be a light? There's nothing for miles.
Yeah, okay.
Eh?
Sure.
Don't have much else to say, it seems.
Sure.
Blood moss and a nice waterfall with a little rainbow feature. Look at that. I mean, the graphics in this game pretty decent, aren't they? Really nice. The birds flying around. I mean, if we weren't shipwrecked, it'd be quite a nice little bit of a holiday destination, wouldn't it? Okay, so into the cave.
Eh?
Or not. What's the worst that can happen? Right, F5 should be quick save, right? Yes, good. Okay, so while we're in the cave and exploring, it might be a bit slower pace because I'm imagining we'll be using sneak, although do any of my characters have a decent sneak? Is it stealth? Adair's got 1 stealth. It's going to have to do, isn't it?
Hey, let's take a look.
Another thing I like in this game, it might have been in the first game, but if it was, it passed me by. I've been kind of looking at hotkeys a little bit just to help with hotkeying, just to save a bit of time, like, you know, highlight all is backspace.
What do you
1,
need?
2, 3, 4, 5 to highlight the particular party members. If you press the Z key,
No problem.
it actually puts you into walk mode. Look at that, you can just like walk. So, you know, a bit of immersion. Be kind of cool just to walk around occasionally. So I quite like that. Right, here we go, stealth. So yeah, we're going to be using the Alt key, of course. So enter and exit stealth. And you also get cones of vision, it looks like now, for the enemy.
Yeah? Let's take a look.
Okay, so Adair's going to have a
Of course.
bit of a meander around this cave, and while he does, we're going to use the time to talk about time. I mentioned time just a second ago in passing, and as I said, I'm going to intersperse throughout the series just some little tidbits of information about sort of the lore and stuff of Fedoran, in addition to some of Fedoran's
Guess we're
history.
not the first to head this way.
And the first bit of lore that we're going to cover is the is the calendar. For we've been travelling in the previous adventure for many months, and we never once addressed time. You know, what time of the month were we in? What time of the year? What the hell was going on? What passage of time was happening? As we get a variety of different, it looks like crafting things. Hardtack, that's food. Doesn't do well for morale though. Yeah. Spire sponge, and all of these are crafting items, and a torch, should we need one.
Don't see why not.
So the actual commonly used calendar in and around the Deerwood is Annie Irokio, or Year of Irokio, named after the Valian who created it. You got that right, Valian. 150 years ago.
What do you need? Of course.
Irokio calculated that it takes 334 days of 26 hours each to orbit the sun. Okay, so this little skull icon, I think, means that this creature is a little bit above our level. I think. Which is tough, because we have no choice in the matter. This is the first area. So, what can we do? It does have a ranged weapon to pull, so we might switch. Get Fedoran into range. This could be a tough fight against a bloody spider. Go figure.
Stay behind me.
Oh, there's 2 now. Oh, damn, we've pulled 2 by mistake.
Wait.
Okay. Combat attacks and results. Just giving us a bit of a... Yeah, that's fine. We know about that. What we don't know is, are we going to survive this fight? We shall soon find out. Switch weapons. I think we might... I wonder if we want to use tank mode here. Or do we want him doing damage? Do you know what? We're going to try tank mode.
Here we go.
Knock down. Right. How do we bring forth our... There we go. Where's my Arcane Assault? Yeah, there, Arcane Assault. So we've viewed the Grimoire, so Arcane Assault is now available. Oh, so you've got to look at it and it creates a cooldown effect. It's fine. Cave Beetle, right now, let's do it. Arcane Assault. Creates it used to create Dazed.
Can't do it.
Hello? Doesn't need to be casting anything. Okay, there we go. Oh, I've got to stop doing that. Bloody hell. It's not... Actually, it has been a long while since I played the first game, I will admit. But I don't think I'll be this rusty, I tell you. Okay, they're dead, it's fine.
Sure.
I mean, it's not that different, is it, from the first game? There's a few little extra bits and bobs, but...
Hey.
I feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah?
Carapace.
Yeah?
That's fine. Right, back into stealth mode today.
Keep it down.
If you don't mind. Right, anyway, back to the calendar. So yes, 334 days of 26 hours each to orbit the sun. So Irokio created 16 months of 20 days each. Each month made up of 4 5-day weeks. So each season contained 4 months to make a total of 16 months. With the length of each month corresponding to the amount of time it takes Balafa, one of Iora's moons, to circle the planet.
Hey.
Right, let's try this.
Parathis!
I wonder if you get a stealth attack bonus. Okay, not sure if we did, but whatever happened there, we killed it in one. Each character has their own ability bar. Okay, that's fine. Rage. Most abilities draw power from a resource unique to each character class. Yeah, very good. So, like, the discipline here, for instance. So they cast spells, fighters, druids, priests and wizards. And enchanters, ciphers and monks have to build up their resource pool over time. So some started with it full, some need to build it up and some cast spells. In a nutshell, pretty self-explanatory. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I mean, that one died pretty quickly, so I'm not overly concerned about skeletons. I mean, it is a first dungeon. They'd be evil to have us be battered by these things. I might turn off the kill cam. It's nice for the first couple,
Yeah.
but
May I be a candle in the night.
I'm sure it'll get tiresome quite quickly. It's quite cool.
Of course.
Oh, this is a Revenant. I didn't realise. It's not quite the regular Joe skeleton. Let's take this more seriously, shall we? Yes, and this is per fight. Let's daze it if we can.
What do you need?
Bestiary. Yeah, I don't think we need the bestiary just yet for these creatures. I mean, it'd be quite nice to read a bit of a blurb about them, but in terms of needing them, the tactics from the bestiary, I think we've got these guys covered with their basic equipment and stuff.
Hey.
Okay,
Of course.
of course. So the days of the week then, in the old Annie Irocchio calendar.
Hey.
Cave coral. Perhaps the torch would make it a little bit easier to see. Waterlogged note. Still no sign of Benworth. That was the name of the pirate captain that attacked us. How much longer are we going to wait? The wet's already ruined half our take. And get your stinking construct under control. It's been hanging out by that crystal. I swear it's been giving me the eye. Yeah. Construct, you say? Okay. Mechanics. Skill too low. Lock difficulty is 2. We don't have any mechanics. Adair doesn't have any mechanics.
Yeah.
Therefore, unless we use that putty stuff,
Quickly and quietly.
we're kind of a bit scuppered there. Oh, have I read the Grimoires? Oh, the Grimoire's there. It's gone into my active slots. From there, it's gone into here. Ah. Right. I see. I was looking for something and I forgot what I was looking for now. I came in here for a reason. Oh, I forgot the reason. Oh, I was coming... Sorry, I was looking to see if he had mechanics. No.
Yeah.
Got it.
Alright. If we ever get somebody with mechanics before we leave this little place, we'll bear that in mind. So there's a way up here, or there's a way up here. Seeing as we're here, we'll have a look up here.
Yeah? Let's take a look.
So the 5 days of the week then. So we got to the first day of the week is Godandag. I kid you not. Godandag. Or God's Day. Have we come across an enemy? No. The second day of the week is Koningsdag, or King's Day. Third day, Mequin's-dag, or Queen Consort's Day. Fourth day, Volksdag, or People's Day. And the final day of the week, Rietlingsdag, or Children's Day. Scroll of Thrust of Tattered Veil. Got a feeling that we're going to be using scrolls a bit more often in this game, just because of the fact that it sounds to me that we might not have all the spells that we want at our fingertips, given the grimoire situation and whatnot, and being selective with our what spells we learn when we level up. So having the grimoire and our own knowledge supplemented by scrolls will just give us a nice breadth of spells to use. You'd have to put them in your slot though, wouldn't you, really? So I suppose, I mean, for now we can do. Cast it in an emergency. This needs sorting. I need to get this party stash sorted in a better order, because it's a bit... yeah, everything's just like boom, lumped in there. I don't know if I like that or not just yet. Of course, you can sort eventually into little requisite bits if you want, but...
Yeah? Well, don't see why not. Trouble.
Okay, we got trouble ahead. Rusted copper construct. That's 2 skulls. That looks pretty nifty. That's a revenant, which we've already beaten. This construct could be a problem. What do we do? I think we quick save it and give it a blast. That's what we do. Let's see what we're playing with here. Fedoran coming up. This is going to be pretty tough, I reckon.
What do you... Don't see why not.
We could die. Let's try it.
Look.
It might move slowly, so if it moves slowly, we might get a few shots off. Oh. 2 revenants and a cop. Oh, that's not quite what we were hoping for. Oops, a daisy. Problematic. One more shot? No. Let's get that on. Let's get that knockdown on. Let's get ready. Fedoran, you might want to start shooting.
Need something stronger.
Oh boy. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Right. Oh god. No, Adair, hit this big thing. I don't think he can be knocked over. In fact, if we could... I think you can knock over these two and get yourself a bit of a breather, but just get this thing down as quickly as possible. Which means missiles.
Come on.
Okay. We're getting there, it's fine. But it's fine, it's dazed. We're trying to hit it, we are hitting it. Interrupt. Really? Shut up. I know what I'm doing. May look like I don't, but I know what I'm doing. Let's keep attacking.
Need something stronger.
Dare, just keep going, sir. Get your tanking ability on. Yes, down.
Be a candle in the night.
And now, use your knockdown.
Better than that.
Missed. Try again. There we go. One more blow. We've got him. Be careful here now. He does have second wind.
Hey, may I be a candle in the night.
16 health. Let's not risk it. Second wind activated. There you go.
After him.
He does a little spin.
What's a metal killing machine doing out here by himself in a cave anyway? Collecting his thoughts?
It seems to be one of the
Hey,
pirates' pets.
what do you need?
Okay, so let's just have a quick look around here, shall we? Bit of a poke around the loot and plunder. Arak. Sweet syrupy liquor made from palm sap, sugar cane or fruit. Ah. Sounds quite nice actually, I must admit. Bit of the old arak.
Sure.
Paintings.
That art looks about... Well, that's gonna be hard to clean.
Ooh, scroll of fan of flames. Ring of minor protection. Yes, let's just get into our inventory. A few things that we might want to just pop into our little slots here. Oh yes, ring of minor protection, you say. Oh, finders keepers. Losers dead. Right, okay, that'll do. Fedoran popping it onto his finger without a moment's hesitation, and then tasking Adair to continue his search. Fingers naked and devoid of rings.
Keeping an eye out.
So the final thing to mention about the Rockio calendar is that the month names were given Valiant names, of course, but the Dear Woodens tend to use the sort of straightforward translation. Who's this? Beudal. And there are some traps here. For instance, each season has early, mid, deep and late variants. And in addition to the 16 months, if you do your calculations, 16 months of 20 days each doesn't equal 334. There are additional days thrown into the year to make up the numbers. He's not voiced. I thought everybody was voiced in this game. Anyway, we missed the tooltip about traps. Damn pirates, undertake your scabrous souls for fish food.
Fedoran, still alive and calling everybody scabrous, I see. Well, now we got a bosun. Just need a boat.
Adair.
Oh, he's
And I
voiced.
see that corpse we've been carting around is looking a slight more sprightly. Good to see the two of you, but mind your step. I've got myself in a spot of trouble. Been trying to find a way past without losing a leg or getting a face full of poison.
Set off the traps permanently with heavy stones, guide him through, or just stay there, Beodol. Fedoran's shouting from the background. I will set these off, just you hang on a moment. Just guide him through, Fedoran. No, I've got this under control. He lobs a few stones and wreaks havoc upon the traps to the tune of snapping metal teeth and clattering darts. When the cacophony's ended, Beodol peers out from between his fingers and gives Fedoran a broad grin.
Clever, that. Though, it's a good thing none of them were of the exploding variety. Eld Ingram would have gotten a kick out of that, I bet.
Oh, I could ascertain from here that they weren't exploding traps. They were rather archaic in their design, nothing more than traps to snare beasts.
It's just bats and stinking corpses in this cave. You find anyone else?
He gingerly sets his weight on his injured foot, grimacing. Well, we have found, what's her name again? I've forgotten. Irene? A lady, a Valian lady, yes. She's got a campfire going on the beach. Perhaps you want to head there. We can gather later and discuss the next steps.
Then I'll head that way myself. See you on the beach, Captain.
Yes, farewell. Ooh, Smoky's alive after Fedoran lobbed a few stones at the traps there. Goodness grief.
Yeah, sure.
So yes, as I was explaining, there are a few additional days in the calendar to supplement the 16 months. At the end of each season. At the end of each season, apologies. Each season lasting 4 months, of course. There is a 3-day
Hey, sure.
celebratory period to welcome in the new season and see out the old one.
Something?
So that's an additional 12 days, 3 days between each season. And then there are 2 additional days, one at mid-year to celebrate the mid-year, and one at New Year, the first day of the year, to celebrate, rather unsurprisingly, the New Year. Taking the grand total of days to 334. Right, we've got a trap here that we cannot barrel. Oh, help me! There's a skeleton snuck upon us.
Hey.
Oh. Stealth detection. So, when a character stealth enters the hearing radius or vision of a clone of bystander, the bystander will detect them. So you can use noisemakers to distract enemies. So you can actually use distraction techniques in this. Noisy bomb, they walk away, we sneak behind. Nice. Along with that little kitty as well, you see that? Okay, so we can't disarm this. There is something beyond there, I imagine. Oh, there's still more bloody skeletons. There we go. What is the next speed like? Yeah, this speed is better. I think I might have inadvertently slowed it down after the last session, unless that is the default speed, because that's too slow. That's more akin to the first game speed, I think.
What do you need?
So that is a barrel that apparently might be able to explode, and that's a trap that we can't deactivate. The trouble, or the decision is: do we send Adair into the danger zone here to set this off? Do you know what? I don't think we do. The only reason being is that this might also be locked, and we don't have the mechanics to open it, so it'd be like taking a hit for no reason. Although I'm kind of thinking from a game mechanics perspective, would they do a tripwire and then a lock, or just a tripwire and leave the chest open for you? That's probably more likely, but
Sure.
we're not thinking in gamer mode here. We're thinking that's possibly not going to be able to open that either, so we'll spare a dare for now. We could, of course, use our unguent to raise our mechanics, but our thief's putty gives us 2 mechanics. Do you know what? Just to... In fact, if we're quick, it's 120 seconds. We could get both this and the other chest. Thinking about it. And of course, Fedoran would like to be the one to do it. Let me see how this works, he's saying. Let me see. Ooh.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me go have a look.
Leave it to me.
There you go. Trap disarmed. Trap detected there. Disarm that trap on the chest as well. Open up. Get ourselves a breastplate and some Ondra's Tears. And then we go running.
What do you need?
With Adair to help us, of
What do you
course.
need?
To this other chest. Before we lose the use of the putty. Nice.
No sweat.
There you go. Fedoran's mechanics 2. Top mechanics 2. Lockpick cost 1. Yes, let's use it.
There. Done.
Ah, Valian frock coat. Oh, well, talk about something that's worth our time. Oh, hell. This looks good. I'll get that to Adair. Yeah. Oh, yes. I think that was worth the effort of getting your hands mixed into nasty putty with. So what have we got here? They've got... Fedoran is obviously very, very underdressed right now. No hat and a bunch of rags. I mean, goodness me, couldn't they dress me in something more appropriate when I was unconscious? Where is it? There it is. Let's see this. Ah, a bit more flair to it now. We're talking. It's a bit dusty, but hey-ho, it's better than what I've just had on. I'm rating 3, no recovery time. Blouse, trousers, and a voluminous coat of surprising quality. So, elegant yet practical. Yes. Elegant yet practical. Ah, much better. My mood has already improved, he's thinking.
Sure.
So to finish off the talk about the calendar then, so yeah, each season has early, mid, deep and late variants. They are named after Valian names, not used in the Deerwood, but or the surrounding areas. We are currently in 19, which would be the 3rd week, 4th day, so that's Volksdag, People's Day, of the 3rd week. No, 4th week, apologies. So this is the final week of the month. There's 20 days in a month, so we are on the 4th day of the final week of the month of mid-spring, which is called in its Valian name Maj Brima.
No problem.
Another one of those hats. Yes, I don't think we'll be wearing that anytime soon. So this is the way back to the start, isn't it? Does this affect... Oh, so this is non-combat speed, and this is combat speed. So two different speeds.
What do you...
So if you want to go quickly when you're backtracking, we can increase that speed by pressing F.
Hey.
Oh, what's this? A sea bat. The hell is that? Feature. Oh, there's a few of them. Of course there is.
Hope nobody saw that.
Oh, a dare just got absolutely pounded there. This is not good. Not good at all. Okay. Shoot. Yeah, let's go again. Can you knock down bats? Okay, it's fine. Is he poisoned? I think we've got this. I think we've got this. He's using constant recovery at the moment. There you go, he's back to full health again.
What do you need? Here we go. Hey.
Yeah, this combat speed is much better. And down they fall.
Yeah.
Nice collection of fangs to boot. Fastest fast mode. Oh, not bad.
Why not? Yeah.
The waters here glow an eerie blue and the cave glistens with reflected light. You can just make out an opening in the cavern wall to the northwest where the water flows onward. The tunnel seems to extend a short distance before turning sharply, but you cannot see where it leads. You mind just having a swim through? There could be something in there. Yes, Adair swims through. Success. He's used to swimming in water. He's done it numerous times in our previous adventure. So he sets off at a good pace, cutting through the water with confident strokes. Nearly to the far side of the tunnel, Adair finds a space to come up for air. With a place to rest along the way, the swim should be more manageable. So I'm assuming he swims back and perhaps reports this to Fedoran, who says, "Oh, well, in that case, yes, I shall join you." Air pockets provide much needed reprieve as you make your way through the cramped waterway. You make short work of the journey. You come up into what appears to be another smaller cavern where sunlight streams in from an opening in the stone. Oh, look at that. So we are sort of swum through to another area, which leads us back out to the beach. Aha.
Told him not to bring that thing in there. Didn't like the look of it one bit. But no one daren't speak poor of his precious animancy tech.
What's she talking about? The ghostly figure paces the length of the small outcropping with quick, deliberate steps, muttering to herself all the while. Her long cape flaps with the wind that blows in from the in-between.
Special gift from his contact, he says. Now it's acting all weird. Gives me the damn creeps. You feel it too, right? Like it's looking straight through you?
She turns, piercing purple eyes on you. She shakes her head and resumes her pacing.
Came out here to get away. Couldn't stand it staring at me anymore. Then... Oh, my memory's fuzzy. Anyway, you want a Benwifts? Haven't seen you for, but he's been bringing all sort of new folks on lately. Can't hardly keep track.
So this is a pirate. Hang on, you mentioned animancy tech?
Oh yeah, one of the crew got it off those Valian bungholes. The ones what with the fancy ships and jaunty caps. We swipe things from them all the time.
That's so. Oh, I see. Well, it looks like the rocks here did a little number on your boat, eh?
I think I remember something about a boat. Yeah, and some screaming. Look, maybe we should stick together. Feels right, you know? What with you being the only other thing around and all. I can give you a hand with, spirity stuff.
Given that this is a pirate, perhaps not quite so willing to welcome her into our loving embrace. I think my little entourage is a little bit on the full side. I do apologise.
Now, don't be a spoil sport. We'll have a grand time. Just you wait and see.
The spirit leaves her wreck boat behind and follows you, still muttering to herself. Oh, damn. She's just helped herself. A pistol, some more minor healing, a stun bomb or two, and some silver loose. Valian coin, of course. That's pretty nifty. Adair does have bombs in his inventory, so that's worth bearing in mind. Stun bombs. We could have used those perhaps on the big automaton and the two revenants. Yeah, he's got one. Might as well give him three. He's the only one with any sort of skill in explosives right now. And we'll give him another one of them, and perhaps we'll give Fedoran that one. No, he's got two already. We'll give you that then. Right, that's as much as we can do here.
What do you need?
So heading back to the beach then, and we shall finish the session by the fire. Right, so back in fresh air then, and the fire is just here. Of course, we are a little bit damp from our dive into the pool to get to this side of the cave. So we're just going to quickly check one more time with this spirit here. Now that we've done the cave, does that change anything?
Didn't think death would be so boring.
No. Oh well. We'll end the session at the campfire then. So there should be two people here. We shall dry off our wet clothes for a while, take stock of what's going on, and then in the next session we shall explore the rest of the beach, which is this little area here, which isn't much, but we'll see who's there or what is there, and then we'll take it from there to see where we are going to go next. Yes. Fedoran, just a little bit ring-rusty, it seems. 4 years of telling tales in taverns and lounging on your backside on your little throne has left him somewhat under par when it comes to fighting. But don't worry, he'll be back up to speed before you know it.
Leave it to me.
Ah, spark fuckers. Distract. Maybe we'll have a play with that at some point in the near future. So join me in the next session when we'll continue our exploration of the beach and see what else is waiting for us. Until then, see you soon.